Big Joe, where have you gone? I've heard that you're on the run. Run away with David Haye. Now I've got nothing left to say.
KUGAN, CASSIUS, iPhone TV, MTK Global. I'm with the man Tom, not so little. Is that still your tag name?
That's it.
Yeah.
Tom not so little, Tom too sexy little, whatever you want to call me, really.
Well, listen, during this interview, if at any point you have a verse flowing, any lyrics running through the body, just pick it up and start doing it.
I'll just pick it up and do you know what? I would, but I'm planning on bringing an album out of CASSIUS because there's a lot of bitches in the heavyweight division. So I'm just going to do a full out album of CASSIUS to everyone. Managers, promoters, everyone's going to get a verse. Because I genuinely, I've never seen a bigger bitch division in all my life. I'll get more pullouts than, well, I would say something kind of X-rated, but try and keep it clean, eh, Cook?
No, don't keep it clean. You say exactly what you want to say. Come on, this is IFL. Yeah, obviously we haven't really caught up since your fight was not happening, shall we say, because of the Haye Bellew rematch being rescheduled for this year. Yeah. So that must have been disappointing because there's a fight you wanted with Joe Joyce and it's kind of simmering along nicely and yeah, things happen.
Do you know what? It was going, it's there, isn't it? It's there if they want it. My phone ain't turned off. I'm still, I'm fighting in January, so like not really too sad. But and then it just makes the fight with me and Joe bigger. But I don't think they want it, Coog. If I'm honest with you, I don't think that they're too keen on making it.
When you say they, are you implying that to Joe Joyce?
I'm implying David Haye's a bitch with fuzzy hair who's trying to cop out and save his prospect any which way that he can. Genuinely, I wouldn't be surprised if he faked his arm injury just to save Joe's neck, because they thought right, we got some fat little jibbo with a big mouth who's going to help sell a fight for us, right? But they didn't have in their head that I was going to go away, train hard, and I might have just a tiny bit of talent to go with it, right? Because I've always been a bit of a fat cunt, really, haven't I? But this is the thing. I think they knew that they were going to get a beating, and a bad one, and they ain't really forthcoming with offers. Although Sam Jones has said to me, the fight's there, I promise you the fight's there, but I still ain't seen no contract or anything.
Because they've announced the Haymaker show for York Hall
I know,
in
and they've
February.
put me back up in May. He rang me up. He said, "Do you want to fight with Joe?" I said, "Well, listen, this is what I'm getting for." And then they offered me, if they were serious about making the fight with me, they would have offered me something a bit different instead of offering me 6-round money. And that's just they're just trying to price stuff. It's in your call, what's this, that, there. So.
But for the rematch on the 5th of May, and we're to assume that fight will happen. I mean, Dave's obviously out in Jamaica, I think. Posted a training update clip yesterday. But if that fight, like I said, we're assuming that to happen on the 5th.
Yep.
Hopefully. Will you look to sort of replicate the fight that you was going to have with Joe Joyce on that card?
100%. It's the easiest fight out there. Like, it'll just get paid for beating up a lamppost with arms. Genuinely, he's the stiffest man I've ever seen in my life. It's like, you might as well say, right, I'm going to go and dig a corpse up, Tom, and you punch him up in front of millions of people on pay-per-view. I'd be an idiot not to, wouldn't I? I'd say, yeah, right. Make a few more songs up about him. God, that man really hates me. He don't like me, not one bit, you know.
Oh.
Joe Joyce, he don't like me.
I'm sure it's just business.
I don't really care what it is, really, to be honest with you.
Nothing flying through you.
Nothing flying through me.
I'll just keep checking in.
Lovely varnish on that.
I'll keep checking in just to see if something.
Nah.
What's going on there? Is that an air purifier?
Yeah, it's to clear my lungs out. I suffer with a bit of asthma.
Okay. Okay.
No, do you know what? But the thing is, there's more fights there than just Joe Joyce. No, this is what I love. Right, this is what I love about boxing. They say people like Daniel's avoided, like Daniel Dubois. They say, I'd say the other day, like, he ain't avoided, he's protected for starters, because I wanted to fight him. Right?
Have you been offered that fight in the past or not?
They offered me to fight him. They offered me money. Billy Joe said, what's name said to me, he said, what's name, he said, listen, he said, if I were you, I'd take it. So I went, like, I had to think about it. I went, yeah. The money weren't fantastic, but I thought to myself, I've sparred him, I've done what I know me ways around Daniel. And yeah, they come and watch me fight Josh Sandlin, then they just went quiet on it. So that told me they see something that they didn't really want. What's saying? If you were meant to fight me, and then come and watch me have my tune-up fight, and then just went completely quiet on it, that'd tell you something, wouldn't it? And then they were meant to fight Nick, who's coming up here in a bit, and they pulled him out of the purse bid. So what I'm trying to say is, Frank, either hush your gums about him or test him. Don't chuck him in with plumbers and lorry drivers and say, oh, my fuck. Listen, he's a talented fella, very good, wouldn't take a thing away from him. And I know his game. If you looked at him and said, me and you fight now, he'd fight. I'm not saying anything like that, but don't make out that people's running hiding from him, because I can string off, not including myself, 4 fellas who will jump in there in an heartbeat and give him as much as he'll want to handle. But that's it.
But I mean, he's had what, 6 fights now? I think 6
He's
fights.
had 6 fights.
6 fights, and yeah, look, he's been, I don't know, promoted in a certain way to,
Yeah.
you know, how heavyweights of his sort of caliber at the right stage, right fights at the right stage.
Yeah, definitely.
What they believe to be. So, you know,
they're going on, like, let me put it like this here, like, ain't against AJ Carter, but he is what he is, and he's susceptible to a punch, not even off a puncher. I took Kamil Sakalelsi's shot square on the chin, and I weren't really too worried about it, and it turned his lights right out. So what I'm saying is, but they went on like, oh my God, Daniel's knocked out someone who's got a granite chin. Do you know what I mean? That's the way it gets perceived. Look, I ain't got no big boner about Daniel or anything like that, but it's just, don't hype something up to be that it ain't. It is exactly what it says on the tin. Do you know what I mean? Until he not rectifies, that's the wrong word, but until he beats someone of substance who's there pitching to, who's got their own aspirations, then shut up, basically. In the words of Stormzy.
Okay, quoting Stormzy. Talk to me about your fight coming up in, where is it?
Atfield Galleria.
Atfield Galleria.
With 2 homeless men and a staff with 3 legs.
Right, that's tonight, but coming up at the end of January.
Ergovich, or Rogovich, however you can produce his name, I don't know.
Pronounce or produce?
Well, I don't know.
I like that, produce his name.
However you want to present it. But
he's a Sauerland fighter.
He's a Sauerland fighter. He's going to be a jobless fighter by the time I'm done with him, because he's going to be sacked, because I want to give him the worst beating he's ever had in his life. They've never ever met a 6'2" man like me with a Latvian mum.
What?
My mum's Latvian. They didn't know that. They brought me out to Latvia. I've got Latvian family.
Okay.
I'll have more support in Latvia than I get in England, and that is 100% fact. There'll be some jaws chewing, fucking looking for more powder. Fucking hell, what's going on? We got it wrong. No.
All right. Hopefully this year as well, we're going to see we will see the return of Mr. Tyson Fury. Now his UK situation has been resolved.
Yeah.
So that's for the division you're calling a bitch division. We need Tyson Fury.
No, listen. At world level, at boxing as a whole, our heavyweight boxing is the best it's ever been. I can never ever really, and I'm a fan of boxing as well. I've never known an heavyweight division so thriving is what it is. Like, you have a look in England alone, our top 5 are all world level contenders, yeah, of some sort, or do you know what I mean, fringe level to top of the tree. So it's good in that sense. But what I'm talking about is domestically, there's fights there where what should be happening. Like, let me put it this way: I'm ranked higher than Dave Allen, right? I'm ranked higher than Leroy Thomas in world rankings or whatever it is, right? I'm ranked. Basically, I'm just underneath Sam Sexton. I ain't been made mandatory, not for one domestic dust-up. Not from Commonwealth to English to British. Not had nothing. But whereas they should say, look, but that's what you pay your licence for. Surely the board should say, look, you've got to fight him, otherwise, fucking. Elder, you ginger soppy cunt. What are you ringing the line for? I'm on a fucking interview. It's Dave. I've got KUGAN held up in a fucking little warehouse. If you want to see him again, if you want to see him again, 50k needs to come to Millhill. Sure, I'm gonna do that. I'll give you 20 to get rid of him, and then. How you doing? You alright? How's fam? Yeah. Hey? Tom. Yeah. Alright. How's sex life? Yeah?
Oh, you're running out my credits.
Well, listen. KUGAN's on pay as you go, and he's got one of them poxy tariffs where if you talk too long it costs him a load of what's your currency?
Rupees.
Where you're rubies? He's running out of rubies fast here, mate. Well, he's trying to interview me, but some rude person keeps calling. Oh, all right. Now tell him you said fuck off, yeah. Yeah. What do you mean you're giving in your resignation? You can't do that, boy. Your partner, aren't you? You've sacked me. Sure. Well, if you need a new partner, me and you can start saying, yeah, we'll change the name around a little bit. Get some better cameras with some better flashes on. Yeah. Exactly. I can take you round all the dirty, stinky little jibbos and... Right, listen, fuck off, I gotta go.
Who's that? Who's on?
Jake Wood. Max Brennan.
Call the celebrities. You've got James Elder, Jake Wood. Right, hold on. Yeah, so Fury. It's good that he's obviously.
Listen, it's brilliant that he's come back. Boxing needs a personality like him. As far as I'm concerned, I think he's the most talented man in the division at the moment. So I think it's good. There's a lot of big fights there. Him and Tony Bellew will be a good kick-off, won't it? If that do catch fire, which it looked like it was. Like, some really good fights there for him. But I don't think you should rush. Like, I personally myself, I don't think you should rush into anything too meaningful. But when you've boxed at the level he's at, where do you come back? Where do you? That's the hard thing. He's going to get criticised no matter what he does, isn't he? So.
Have you had any conversation with like Eddie Hearn about Dave Allen, or because Dave Allen obviously looks to be rematching Leroy Thomas or possibly a shot at Sam Sexton? What?
They blank me. Maybe we should ring him right now. Ring him and I'll say, Edward, what's the fucking
He's on holiday.
crack?
Yeah, he's on holiday at the moment.
I'll tell him to put his sangria down and sort something out because he's getting on my nerves. Keep running around, yeah, matching this, yeah, fucking all the boys, yeah, fucking no. Let me punch that little rhino's nose in and sort something out. Do you know what I mean? Because genuinely, look, Dave Allen probably ain't a bad old boy. He seems to be a really nice fella, and he must really think that I hate him, and I don't. It ain't that. It's just what I'm saying is we're all round the same sort of level, all out of the same prize. So there's only one way to eliminate who's rightfully should have it, is all fight one another. It ain't personal, just. And plus, I know I will smash him. I couldn't draw a more perfect little dumpling for me to fight. But he's a nice old boy as far as like personality goes.
He certainly is. What have you made of all this situation with O'Hara Davis? You must have seen this on
A bit touchy, isn't it?
social media. Not really. It's not touchy. It's out there. So.
Well, listen,
it's a sensitive issue. Yes.
I think it is. It's a very sensitive issue.
That's why I say it's not touchy.
I think, my personal opinion, look, I'm a very stupid man myself when it comes to saying silly things and singing silly songs and inappropriate. But there's some things that should be left unsaid, and some commenter was saying, do I think he meant it really bad? Do you know what? I think he probably meant it in a way. Listen, everyone knows what they're saying. We're not all the same. And I've got an 8-year-old son who knows the difference of what he should be saying and what he shouldn't be saying, and knows. So, as a sports person, there's some things that, like when you're out saying the public eye, which O'Hara Davis has a lot of followers and there's a lot of people that watches his profiles and stuff, I think you should be a bit more discreet in what you're saying, and there's some things that shouldn't be said. But also, what I do think is, if it would have been someone else said the same thing, I don't think it would have been made such a big deal of. I don't think it will. I think they are playing, because he's a bit of a mouthpiece anyway, and he's always got something to say, and he's always saying controversial stuff. They've just looked, thought, right. Well, they've not just looked, because it was out of order, but they thought, right, now I'm going to pull your pants down and smack the shit out of you. But listen, you shouldn't. It's bad, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I mean...
You do know I don't even have a clue what you're talking about, don't you?
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about with O'Hara Davis. I don't even know who O'Hara Davis is. I thought he was a singer, isn't he?
You're the singer. You're the singer.
No, but listen, it was terrible, wasn't it? And I suppose Eddie's took a stand, hasn't he? And
I think on O'Hara's part, I think it was out of ignorance. He really should have checked about what he was tweeting about before he did it. He's done it, and
yeah,
you know.
Listen, I was brought up, think before one speaks. Oh, listen, I've put my foot in me. I've got no right to comment at all, because I've probably put my foot in my mouth 6 times during this interview. I would have thought I've said some inappropriate stuff, haven't I?
That's all right. You're definitely in the shape for it.
Boy, don't worry about that, boy.
Right. Do you want to just anything fly? There's got to be something flying before we leave here.
Busting for a piss. That's the only thing flying. Let's have a look. What's guitar this? Fuck you, Big Joe. Now listen, seriously. Joseph, David A. Doesn't David A look like Norbert? Just I've got to say it before I watch it. Doesn't he look like Norbert? Like he's an ugly man. Well, he ain't an ugly man, but he's got a suspect look to Eddie Murphy. Telling you. But sort it out, you fairies. Stop worrying about your bicep and your arse and whatever else is wrong with you, and get Frankenstein in the ring with me and let me watch them, because I'm gonna go bronze, silver, and then hopefully gold. I'll get Yoga, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Tony Yoka.
Yeah, punch his. Because they pulled out of a fight with me, you know. I was meant to fight him. What do you reckon they said to me? I swear to God. They said my body's not fit for TV.
Really?
I swear to God, that was their excuse for pulling out. They said my body's not TV ready, which I suppose, alright, they got a bit of a point, but I'm not absolutious or anything like that. But I did take it personally, and I went on a diet. Like, sometimes you need tough love, didn't you? And I went home, I had a good old cry to myself, put Bridget Jones on, ate a tub and a half of ice cream, and then the next day I was out at work, getting this weight off. Bang.
All right. Well, listen. Best of luck in the rest of your camp leading up to Jan 27th.
Jan 27th. Okay. USAC undercard. Whatever his name is. USAC.
USAC.
Good card.
Good bill.
Good bill. Be a better bill when I lay Philip up the canvas like a mink rug. Oi, and the Sailland brothers are sitting there chewing their ears, thinking, fucking hell. Where's it all gone wrong?
Doldy Cherry.
Doldy's killed him. He's busted him.
Alright, listen, KUGAN CASSIUS, IFL TV. Tom, have you got anything else you want to say?
Follow me progress. Thank you everyone for all your support. And yeah, Dave Allen, Joe Joyce. I want to mention David A again because he's a penis. Anyone, really, basically anyone, please let me just get by, God willing, the 27th, and will someone please have a fight with me, a good domestic dust up, because I think it's well needed. But other than that, you have been watching IFL.
Just give me a tune, let me see if I can do a verse.
Right, go on. Go on, do a verse. We could be like, have you seen the like Indian Elvis?
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
You're like, I'll learn you how to play the guitar and we'll dress you up.
Oh, please. Oh, Tom. Okay, I got it. Okay. Ready?
Please release me on Big Joe, 'cause I want to break his jaw. To punch David A is a wish, so release me and let me fuck your face. Right, it was all going well until I mentioned the F word, but other than that,
sorry, you've done that 18 times. Alright.
God bless, see you later.
We'll catch you soon.
Ba, ba, ba.